You know what that music means. It means it's time for another one of these fatties. Welcome in. How's it going, everybody?
Fat faces.
A couple of fat faces here in a new fat-faced environment.
Yeah,
It's kind of a road show, but kind of still a home game.
a little bit.
Yeah, we're at Kevin's this evening,
Yeah.
recording an episode. Thought we'd mix it up a little bit, but we're glad to have you in. If it's your first time with us, I'm Aaron. It's my boy Kevin.
We're the fat faces.
Just a couple of fat faces talking about life and food and other mysteries. And Kevin, it's hot here in the 210.
Dude, we're in San Antonio.
We are in San Antonio.
Easily 103 degrees.
Yeah, today real temperature 103. The hottest real feel I saw or heat index was 115.
115.
Yeah.
And easily on pavement 120.
Yeah, it was absolutely miserable. So we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But other than that, just getting caught up. We wanted to jump in and keep things going. We're having a good run lately. Thank you guys for all of your engagement and all of your views. As we say every week, man, it means a lot to us. So
And
wherever you're watching,
as
like
we
and
record
follow,
today,
subscribe.
It's Memorial Day.
It is Memorial Day.
And so we do want to stop a minute and say, you know, whatever you're doing for Memorial Day, we hope that you're remembering, as we are, those that sacrificed everything, that gave everything. It's not Thank a Veteran Day. It's not
Right.
Veterans Day. It is
Specifically
Memorial
for
Day.
those who paid the ultimate price.
Yeah. All those crosses in Arlington and everywhere else.
You growing up, the son of a military, and my grandfather was in the military, grew up in Military City, USA, and so it is an especially memorable and poignant holiday for Kevin and I. We recognize we get to have a lot of fun on this show. Mm-hmm. We have gotten to do some crazy things, but all of it is rooted in freedoms that others have fought and died for. So
have paid the price for
we are humbled and grateful. We just pray you're probably watching this on Thursday, praying that you took some opportunities on Monday to stop and to remember. Thank you.
Yeah.
We had a day today.
We did. And just hung out all day.
It was great.
We haven't done that in
Fat
years.
Faces take San Antonio.
With your fat faces all over.
Yeah, it was great. We started out the day. We went to. We'll do a review on another episode. We went to Tiago's Cabo Grill. We went to the one in the Rim. There is also one on
Solid.
151 and 410. It was delicious.
It was solid food.
I had the burrito tacos, and they were special.
They were excellent. I mean, they were really every part of them was cooked to perfection. The tortillas were cooked right. The meat, the sauce, everything was just amazing.
Yeah, you had chicken quesadillas, and what surprised me about them was they had onions in them, but it tasted like they were pre-grilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, which really changed the game up. So big shout out to Tiago's Cabo Grill. Not necessarily locally owned, but they are a good, good solid place. Great wait staff. She was very attentive and very helpful. So if you're at 151 and 410, or if you're in the Rim and you're looking for good Mexican food, they also have, when we go there, Bree loves, they have fish tacos, Cabo fish tacos.
Oh,
that
excellent.
are amazing. So we highly recommend.
Yeah.
We ended the day back. We visited our friends
Back at the
Meadows, and we ran into just unplanned. Austin ended up popping in as well. So
Austin from that episode popped in, and then the owner John popped in as well.
yeah, and in between, we went and drove race cars.
Yeah.
It was just a fat day out on the town.
What do they call it? Duck bowling?
Oh, duck pin bowling.
Duck pin bowling. It's little.
It's
pins.
like you put everything in the dryer and it shrank.
Yeah, and the ball is this big.
Small.
And it is a
It
different
significantly impacted your game for the worse. I don't think that it made it. I feel like I'm exactly as good.
Until my last game, and I did pretty well my last game.
And I want to be clear, I'm not good at either, but I'm equally not good at both.
Here's the thing that we didn't realize until part of the way through is that the pins are all on ropes.
Little ropes. We for a while thought that maybe it wasn't real. This was inside Andretti's indoor karts.
Yeah.
Because they would fall, but they would fall weird. And Kevin was like, I don't think the physics work.
Yeah. I thought we were throwing the ball and it was going into a screen and the programming was wrong.
Yeah. It
threw me for a whole.
We'll probably in After Effects we'll lay over some of the video shots of you going down there and checking it out to make sure that it was real. But
I'm going down the lane.
Yeah, it was. But it was a good time. It was
fantastic.
Yeah, we went out on the race, and so Kevin and I have raced twice now at Andretti. Once with our wives, once just the two of us. So I won the first round by a very slight margin, and I think Kevin won today by around the same margin.
Yeah, a small margin.
So we're going to need a third. We're going to need a third race. We felt kind of bad today because there's this one, I don't know, she's probably 16-year-old girl that was there racing, and
well, she wasn't racing.
she had to be terrified. We ended up lapping her twice.
Yeah.
Kevin, I'm going to give it to Kevin. Kevin, when he went to pass her, was like tried to slow down. Like you were being considerate of the child. And for me, I come in. If you ain't first, you're last. So I came in Ricky hot. Bobby. Yeah, I think I won on the one big downhill. I just kind of drifted around.
Did you spin her out?
I did not spin her out. Okay, I did not spin her. Well, that I know of. I guess there's no rear view mirror. So if I did, I'm really sorry.
In a race car, there's no place for a rear view mirror.
Yeah, but we were gonna. Man, it's I blame the heat. The heat has cooked my brain.
It's so crazy hot.
We had a big food weekend this weekend. It was graduation weekend in San Antonio. So you guys have met Carson. Carson has been a frequent appearance guest here on the Feed Your Fat Face podcast. He graduated high school, got that all done. We had a big party for him Sunday. My nephew Jackson, who participates on our other podcast, on the 24 Curveballs podcast. Jackson graduated, big party on Saturday. Yeah. Saturday, man, the guy, so my brother, they did a joint graduation party with just Jackson and his best friend. Like the families are really close. And so Greg Greben is his name, and he grilled. It was easily the best sausage I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. He also had chicken and beef fajitas, but the sauce, which were amazing.
Was it just sausage, or was it cheddar, or was it jalapeno?
It was jalapeno. Had some jalapeno in it. No cheese, but it was. I did not ask him where he got it. That's shame on me. But
that is a fail, fatty.
It is. But yes, I made up for it. Yes, I thought the brisket was pretty good. I did brisket we did chopped brisket sliders. And
did you cook that?
I did not.
It was excellent.
Yeah. I intended to, but with the graduation weekend, I was like, where am I going to find 14 hours to,
That's a good point. You don't have electric, so you really have to
be
attentive.
Klein's Smokehouse in Bernie was the...
Okay.
We procured it, but we did make, my wife, and I have to give out fat face props to Brianna, the banana pudding with the Biscoff topping, right?
Oh my gosh.
My wife makes her two, like, I'm a southern man.
Yes.
And so there's certain things that I need. And my wife as an amazing, her cream corn recipe is out of this world, and then her banana pudding game is
the banana pudding.
It was gone before anything else at the party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. So, anyway, it's a big food weekend.
I let as many people go in front of me as I could.
Did you guys have any food adventures this weekend?
Not this weekend. This weekend, we took an extended weekend. The place I work does wellness days on the opposite side of the 3-day weekend. So the company gave us off Friday.
I know that I have a couple of my employees that listen. Don't get any ideas. There are no wellness days coming. Get back to work.
Yeah. And then I took days on either end of that. So I took in effect a 6-day weekend.
Good for you, man.
And no, we're just using it to spend time together. It's too hot to really do much. We've done movies and
here's the thing.
Like that.
There's two groups of people who aren't going to understand what we're talking about. One, if you've never lived in temperatures over 100, it's hard to understand. Like, even if you live somewhere where it's like 95, 96, even 96 to 103, it's not the same.
Oh, yeah, the jump is...
The other people who won't understand it are dry heat people. Like, I've been in Phoenix where it's 100 to 115. Today was 103 degrees with like 75% humidity.
Yeah,
the humidity. It's
well, on one of the channels, the weatherman has the categories of humidity. So this one's whatever. We're in the oppressive category. Is what he calls it. It's oppressive.
Are we gonna get? I'm not going there. Yeah, no, that's
yeah. Leave it alone.
That's good. Yeah, it's not good. So we thought we would talk for a few minutes. Among other things, we would talk about what do you even eat when it's this hot? Because that was another thing this weekend. Like my wife Saturday wanted me. She's like, "Why don't you grill chicken thighs?" And I was like, "Because we live on the surface of the sun."
Yeah.
It takes a lot for me to not want to grill, but this weekend did it.
I mean, yeah. It almost can't be in San Antonio. Can't be too cold to grill.
So that is true. That is true.
But it can definitely be too hot.
Yeah, my brother and I smoked a prime rib once in the low 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And everything I looked up about, what do you eat when it's cold? There's a ton of salads.
Yep.
There's even like barbecue salad.
Or when it's hot, you mean?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
you
meant.
said cold.
Yeah, I meant the other one.
I gotcha.
Wraps, salads, cold peanut noodles.
I'm curious from you. You have, because we've talked about it before, you don't necessarily assign certain foods to certain seasons. You're like, I eat what I want when I want.
Yes.
Is,
but I have
is
said
oppressive heat an exception to that for you?
Yeah, I will knock out certain things. Like I don't have certain things that, okay, now it's over 100, I'm going to eat these things. But there are certain things that I'm like, yeah, it's just too hot to have a desire to eat that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And those are going to be your hot thing. Like I don't want a steak today. I don't want to.
Yeah, stand over grill. I also, although I would say weirdly, if there's enough shade and a little bit of breeze, I would rather grill outside than heat up my whole kitchen and feel like I can't escape the heat in my house,
Yeah.
Especially because like we have, and most homes now have the kind of open concept downstairs, and it's just your whole house heats up, and it's not. When I was searching around, what surprised me? The number one thing that I kept running into was sandwiches.
Sandwiches, yeah.
But a lot of people were like, apparently they get bougie when they're hot because they're like, but like good sandwiches. They wanted go and get good deli meat and good cheese and like a fresh hunk of French bread. And I'm like, I guess.
I don't care about that.
You know what I used to love to eat as a kid when it was super hot?
I think I buy good deli meat and good cheese just anyway. I don't know.
A lot of people don't, though. A lot of people use Kraft American Singles.
It's not cheese.
It's not cheese. Processed cheese food.
What is it? It's the worst.
It's the worst.
The worst product
created by man ever. By America ever. It's the worst. No. It is the worst thing America has ever done. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I've rethought that since the Great Bison Slaughter.
Okay, it's the second worst.
Now that I'm thinking about it, there's gonna have to be a whole long apology podcast from me on things that are worse than things that America has done that are worse than American cheese.
I think you said it was the worst product created.
I hope that's what I said.
I think that's what you said.
For the 50th episode, we're going to be doing some going back, and we got something planned, and so we'll have to check on that.
We're going to do a best of show.
Maybe 51st can just be the apology tour with Aaron. I'm sorry for what I said when I was hyperbolic. When I was a kid, I used to love to eat. My mom would cut up watermelon and then keep it in the fridge and like overnight, just like almost ice cold.
Super cold watermelon.
Oh man.
The one that I ran across, and I asked you about it before we started filming, but was I ran across one that said cold ramen.
Yeah.
I've never had cold ramen.
I don't even understand.
And I don't get it. I don't think. Anyway, if anybody knows what that's talking about or has experienced it or
is it a thing?
Whatever, what is it? Is it really? Do you just leave it out and let it get cold? What's the? Please fill me in because I'm lost.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm not really interested or intrigued.
Yeah, it's. Anyway, that one's hard to stomach.
There were a lot of salads. How do you feel about salads in general, like as a meal?
Well, okay, if you're talking about things like a caprese salad or a chicken or
that's a side.
Yeah, it's not a full meal,
right?
I know a lot of people eat like a Caesar salad or whatever, and that's their meal. It's not a meal. It's just not. It's what my meal eats. And then when you talk about things like tuna salad or chicken salad or whatever, I know how you feel about tuna, but
yeah, I would never.
Chicken salad or something like that. I mean, that's usually part of a sandwich or it's a dip or it's not like a meal.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of people put things like taking food that you've previously cooked and having it cold, whether it's shrimp as like a shrimp cocktail or drunken chicken, things like that. And so I guess that could work, but I don't know, man. Ice cream.
Well, of course.
It's a given.
Of course. That's duh.
Yeah. Duh. Yeah, I don't even.
Where do you fall on gazpacho?
I have no beef with gazpacho.
It's weird.
What's weird about
It's
it?
different. It's just weird.
I'll give you that. It's weird, but I'm a fan.
There's nothing wrong. I mean, the flavors are great. I love tomato soup.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
just
got some
that it's-
peppers in it and some.
You just have a hard time with it being cold soup.
I have a problem with eating a cold soup in a shot glass.
So if they put it in a bowl, you'd be okay with it?
I really think it's the presentation that throws me.
Yeah. Everybody, I mean, you eat with your eyes. I mean, that's well known, so I won't fight you on that.
I mean, other than that, like I said, it's delicious.
I have a hard time with tomatoes because I have a history of ulcers, and tomatoes, the acid in tomatoes makes that flare right on up.
Yeah, well, I can see that. That's fair.
Yeah.
Do you get the same thing from like blueberries and raspberries? Because those have a kind of a acidic.
I don't eat a lot of raspberries. Blueberries don't
Okay.
bother me. You trying to call me a liar?
No, I do a lot of smoothies, and the
I do
berries that
smoothies.
I do are blueberry, raspberry, and blackberry.
Shifting gears a little bit, I'm gonna start. You said smoothies made me think. I'm gonna start tomorrow because I discovered some things, some health and medicine related things that I need to address. I'm gonna start do like a paleo, as minimal. Well, trying to eliminate processed carbs, and if I'm gonna eat carbs, eat them earlier in the day, but have them healthy carbs like
Have good ones.
sweet potatoes, good carbs, yeah, things like that. So yeah, we're gonna try that tomorrow. So if I'm in a cranky mood next week, you'll know why. I'm in like week 1 of denying myself bread.
Bring it on. You'll get the what do they call the keto flu?
Yeah.
The
But I'm not going full
withdrawals.
keto. I want to be
Well,
clear
yeah,
because I don't
no,
want to
no,
get called
no.
out. I'm not going full keto, but I am gonna go paleo, which I've done before. We did you did the caveman challenge with us a while back, or the
Yeah, it was.
I did. I actually really enjoyed it.
Brittany and I did pretty strict. She did completely keto. I did more paleo because I did fruits and sweet potatoes. Back in 2018, I weighed in at 330 some odd pounds
That is significant.
and got on that diet and got down to 251
That's amazing. Like in a week.
in like 6 months.
All right, so I'm gonna have to stick with it. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
going to take a little bit. Don't eat your first meal and then go weigh yourself.
What I always ask people are like, "Well, did you gain weight really fast?" I'm like, "Yeah, actually, remarkably fast, as a matter of fact."
Yeah, I could hear it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Here's one I didn't search: foods to avoid in hot weather.
Oh, that's good.
Check that out: sugary drinks, red meat, coffee, alcohol, and spicy fried foods.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
I bet most people disagree with that.
Well, I mean, when you think of things like celebrating the 4th of July or, any of those outdoor things, birthday parties and all that, it's pretty easy to associate those with a cold beverage.
Most people are going to go, "Oh, it's hot outside. I want a cold beer."
The only reason they said it is because of dehydration. It increases body temperature and can lead to heat exhaustion, heat stroke. Which I can see that. I can count the number of people I've seen celebrate.
But if you're sitting on your deck in the oppressive heat, go ahead and fire off a cold one. You're gonna be okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Red meat.
Heavy on the digestive system and increases body temperature. Consuming red meat during hot weather can lead to digestive issues and lethargy.
I already got the lethargy. I might as well have the red meat. You know what I mean? If that's true, that actually explains a lot.
Sugary drinks spike dehydration. Same with coffee. So basically, it's not things to avoid in heat. It's things to avoid to stay hydrated.
When I read that list, I hear like, "Aaron, you're in trouble."
It's gonna be a long day. Buckle up.
Yeah, because if it was also like, "Aaron, what does your daily diet look like?" It would be like spicy and fried foods, alcohol, coffee, red meat, and sugary drinks. I'm 5 for 5, baby. I'm hearing I'm just going to be hot.
You're gonna be hot and
lethargic. And lethargic.
Yeah.
Uh,
The what you should have list, other than the watermelon, it doesn't look fun at all.
coconut water. If you ever had fresh coconut water, last time we were in Haiti, this dude just like shimmied up a tree,
Out of
picked
the
us
coconut?
coconuts.
Out of the coconut is good. I have bottled coconut water in there that
Not so
tastes
good.
like water that somebody else had and then put back and then gave to.
How do you know what that tastes like?
It's what I imagine that.
What you
tastes
imagine
like.
that tastes like? I'm just making sure. I lived a lot of life. I'm not here to
Mint
judge.
and yogurt. No, thank you.
Well, we said we were going to be a little shorter. Let's talk a little food news stuff. How are you feeling about the bankruptcy of Red Lobster and the potential loss of Cheddar Bay biscuits?
I feel like I contributed.
Because you never went?
No, because the times I did go,
yeah.
I was always that wait person.
Did they ever come out and they're like, it's not really bottomless shrimp, sir?
I had them like have people come out from the kitchen to look and see who was eating it.
Have you ever seen that episode of The Simpsons where they like sue the... Does that sound like a man who's had all he could eat? Yeah, so good.
I've had that happen a couple of times. I remember the first time it happened when Brittany was with me, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, they're out there looking at you." And
You're
I was
like, you're darn right they're
I was
looking
like, well,
at
that
me.
happens when I eat.
What if I tell you that I'm going to start my paleo on Wednesday?
Because Tuesday is?
National Hamburger Day.
Okay, you have to have a burger tomorrow, then.
So, National Hamburger Day. To celebrate, I've got good news, fatties.
Okay.
If you live near Wendy's, it's just good news. You haven't even heard it yet. Wendy's
Will
selling.
give me somebody else's burger?
Wendy's is selling junior bacon cheeseburgers for the unbelievably low cost of 1 penny. That's a great deal.
It's still slightly overpriced.
A Wendy's representative tells Today.com that from May 28th to June 2nd, the chain is giving guests the 1 cent treat with any purchase when they apply the digital offer, which can only be found on the Wendy's app. So if you're not afraid of eating
Grade D meat?
horse, I'm just kidding. I think that's good news. That's a great news. The bigger news is it's Burger Day tomorrow. We've already done a burger episode, so I don't think that we need to go back.
No, we don't need to dive into it, but I mean, burgers are a huge staple. I keep looking over at my wife's decorative cow here, and the eye of round eye is looking at me.
This is where Wendy's gets their meat.
Yeah.
Kinda this
there
region.
and in this area.
Yeah.
It's hooves and ears.
Yep. Like this part. right
And
here.
this part.
This part's tasty.
No.
Oh, the tail. Yeah, you're probably right.
But Wendy's, if you're looking for a sponsorship
No,
opportunity.
I don't think. I think we're good.
You think we might have burned that one?
I just don't want to get in a Twitter war with Wendy's. They're infamously sharp on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. You know what, though? I don't get on Twitter very often, and every
It's a
time I
cesspool.
do, I'm so disappointed.
Applebee's is closing up to 35 restaurants this year.
You know what? There's a lot of stores I've seen that are closing, not just restaurants, but a lot of stores.
In all seriousness, and we should talk about this once. Maybe we can have my friend Tim on. We can talk about rising food costs and the impact on the restaurant industry because, brother, it's
hard out there.
hard out there.
Anyway, that's a whole.
Well, let's tell the people about what we got coming up. We are still working to find a date with B Daddy's Barbecue. So if
Daddy's
your local
Barbecue.
area, 2 locations, one on Highway 16 in Helotes in Old Town, and the other one just opened up, B Daddy's on Main, which is in downtown Bandera, Texas, which is my hometown, my neck of the woods. And so that's the location we're going to visit because they just opened up and they're doing some cool things out there. So we'll definitely be getting together with them soon, talking barbecue, talking Bandera, talking small town living, and I'm here for all of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You were talking?
We've got that coming up. We're going to try and get to a baseball game.
Yep.
Whether it's here in San Antonio, whether it's in Houston. We're going to get, or even down in Corpus.
Yeah, if you're not, we didn't do Corpus. We
need
should
to
do
do
Corpus. If you don't go to baseball a lot, if you don't go to baseball games a lot, one of the things that has changed over the last 20 years is baseball parks. Each park does a couple of like really unique and
Specialty
oftentimes
foods.
good specialty foods.
No.
And so it's kind of fun to go down there and experience a little
Some
bit of ballpark food
stadiums
culture.
do specialty food that is horrible.
We're looking at you, Rangers.
Yeah.
What do they call that thing? The boomstick?
Broomstick?
Boomstick. Yeah. It
Yeah, it booms.
that night it was rough.
It's a battle.
That was not a fun
The
experience.
eating it was not hard. It was just bad.
It was hard to watch.
But then the aftermath is unpleasant.
That Airbnb is still not the same.
It's not.
It's not the same. Other than that, we just want to continue having fun. Even on shorter episodes like this, we've decided that it's just we want to make contact, and we want to just keep the positive energy going. We do have a long list of things that we want to talk about. They won't always be short like this, but
Gosh,
it was just fun. We've got about 30 episodes planned. Yeah.
So it's almost as many as we have out so far.
Yeah, and we are looking for opportunities to kind of work with other food folk, and so if you are passionate about a food, if you know a chef, or if you know a food blogger or another food podcast, let us know. We would love to collaborate, have guests
Absolutely.
on. And I will say here publicly, Joelle continues to ask, and I promise, Joelle, we're not avoiding you. This spring has been insanely busy. You're going to be on soon. You have my word, Joelle.
I would see the summer being a much better time.
Yep. I want to get together. There's a lot. I would actually love to talk baseball food with Joelle. I would love to talk Latin cuisine with Joelle.
I would love to talk Latin cuisine with Joelle.
I would like to, because he's a Fenway guy, so we can talk Fenway Franks.
I was going to say, I've never had a sports conversation with him that was amicable.
You guys, if you guys don't know Joel, Joel's a great dude.
Buckle up, he's great.
But he brings the passion.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we have we're going to do another episode with Austin. We're going to do a bourbon episode.
Oh yeah, yep. We should see sometime if it ever worked out, even if it's at a missions game. But it'd be really fun to see a pro game with Joel if it was a team that we could both hate against.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even care if we like either of the teams, as long as we can mutually hate one of them. That would be good TV.
That really would be.
Yeah.
So I know we're in season 2.
We're
how many episodes into season 2? We've already done more than we did last year. Right?
Yeah, I want to say that this is probably the 19th episode of season 2.
How many episodes are we doing this season?
I guess we need to decide that. I don't know that on air is the place to hash that out, but
because of you guys and because of YouTube and all of that, this year it feels quicker and easier.
Yeah, we've streamlined a lot of the processes, and I think especially once we're back in the studio. Though this was a nice setup, man. This worked out really well.
I'm not complaining.
Certainly easier for you.
Certainly.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm going to walk right over there and turn on the game and lay down in a little bit.
Hey, guys, it does mean a lot that you would follow. Again, we say it every week, and it's because if you don't understand how the social media things work, likes, follows, and subscribes really help us. And the way they help us is twofold. One, it bumps us up in the algorithm, so we get seen by more people when they log in. But two, it opens up opportunities for monetization based on view counts. And so if you're watching, if you could just take a second to hit the thumbs up, and then if you could share it, subscribe, that helps us a ton.
We're pretty sure if you're watching, you like us a little bit. Even if you don't want to watch the whole thing, it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't hurt subscribe and like.
Yep, it just it really does help us out. So, but again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being with us through all these episodes. I know we'll get through at least 50 this year. That feels like the number we're shooting for. So that feels good. But we appreciate you guys tuning in week in, week out. It means a lot. We're excited about what's coming up. And Kevin, what do the good folks need to do?
Keep your girls hot, your beer cold.
All right, fatties. You guys take care. We'll see you next week. All right, we're out.
That felt good.
Yeah, it did. I had good energy.
How many episodes were we going to do?
We were just winging it.
Like, I don't know, but we should probably talk about that off air. Why are mom and dad fighting?